Yeah, it seems like he had a pretty nice little skin routine going.
On the surface, like when he's going through his daily regimen, which was like mind blowing, right? It started making me think, like, okay, am I doing enough to take care of my skin?
Lots of moisturizers, lots of scrubs and whatnot.
What we see is the mask, but the real him isn't underneath it at all.
Yeah, I just love the way he describes it and how he's talking about sit-ups. I can do 1,000.
I'm sorry, my man mentioned with this. This is a very fascinating scene. Okay, I got to get social political for a second. He stabs the brother.
He went to Dorsey on Saturday. I think he's lying.
Yeah, it was a big, like, who can get reservations where?
And the business cards, they're all vice presidents. I don't know if you caught that. On all the business cards, they all say vice president. To me, they look the exact same.
He was orgasming. I mean, it was orgasming, and it was kind of a size, it was a size competition, right?
Yes.
Like 10-year-olds, like, my thing is this big compared to yours. It was a lot of that.
Jared Leto, Christian Bale, Batman and the Joker. These guys never stop fighting.
What do you have, a little chow? He thinks he's got a dog because there's a newspaper all over the floor. And then he looks at him. Is that a raincoat?
But he said that he wanted to address, and I'm quoting him, the dandification of men. Okay. So, which is interesting. I'm looking it up. I couldn't find that word. I could look up dandy.
When he's talking to Reese Witherspoon and she's like, why don't you quit that job? You hate it anyways. And he says, I do it to fit in.
I don't know what's so creepy. Well, I do know what's creepy. You're riding around in a limousine in a tuxedo picking up prostitutes. It's super weird.
When he's talking to the model, he doesn't say he's in mergers and acquisitions. He says he's in murders and executions.
It was so grand and spectacular. Maybe we're really seeing how it looks in his head as opposed to how it is in reality.
There's a moment of sheer panic when I realize his place is more expensive.
Let me tell you, things are getting pretty wild for Patrick Batman as he's about to feed a kitten to an ATM, which would have been terrible, but instead shoots an old woman, so that's good.
He's like, hey, can you keep it down? I'm trying to do drugs here. And then he goes to Bateman. He says, sorry, man, it's the steroids.
This was only through the eyes of Patrick Bateman. I think maybe there's a little part of it that I was trying to say we're all a little bit like Patrick Bateman in that we all kind of want more.